With the NBA trade deadline fast approaching, the Knicks have gotten linked to several names. In today's video, we're going to talk about the potential of the Knicks trading for Dejounte Murray and what he could bring to the team. According to Brian Windhorst of ESPN, there's been some chatter about whether the Spurs would be willing to trade for him. Maybe not during this season, but next summer. For the Spurs, it could make sense for them to trade Murray. With the breakout season he's having, they would be selling high, which allows them to get a really good package for him. Because the Spurs remain a bad team in the West, they may choose to commit to a full rebuild. If they do, it would make sense to trade Dejounte Murray for assets. Murray is a fantastic player, but he's not a franchise centerpiece. He also turns 26 this year, and he's set to hit free agency in just a couple of years, so it's possible that the Spurs decide to sell high on him. If the Spurs do make Dejounte Murray available, it would make a lot of sense for the Knicks to pursue a trade for him. The Knicks are incredibly weak at the point guard position. The Kemba Walker pickup just simply hasn't worked out, and Derrick Rose, who's still pretty good, is currently injured. The Knicks have often started Alec Burks at point guard, and that's not even his natural position. On the season, Dejounte Murray is putting up excellent numbers, averaging 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists per game on 45% shooting from the field. Because he plays for a bad Spurs team, what Murray is doing has gone completely under the radar, but he's been balling out all season. Let's look at what he could potentially bring to the Knicks. Perhaps the most valuable thing Murray can bring is his ability to put pressure on the rim. He's a super quick point guard and he's got a great handle, which allows him to get by his man at will. Once he gets it to the lane, he can finish pretty well. On the season, he's shooting 58% within 5 feet of the basket, which is solid. He also uses his speed to get up in transition a lot. After getting the rebound, he gets the ball up super fast, where he either takes it all the way himself or sets up his teammates for a fast break layup or dunk. Despite being a terrible team, one area the Spurs do thrive in is in transition. They rank 9th in the entire league in fast break points per game, which has a lot to do with Murray's ability to push the ball. For the Knicks, Dejounte Murray would allow them to play much faster. The Knicks have a lot of young players that like to get out in transition, and guys like RJ Barrett and Obi Toppin, and Murray could feed those guys on the fast break. We've already talked about his transition passing, but Murray is overall a very good playmaker, which you have to be to average 9 assists per game. He's got great vision, so he's good at finding open shooters and cutters off his drives, and he's great at facilitating out of the pick and roll. Again, the Knicks are a talented team, but they desperately need a point guard that'll take the ball out of Julius Randle's hands, run the offense, and make good decisions. Murray could be that player. And what's also great about him is that he's a two-way stud. Murray has been a great defender throughout his entire career, as he was second team all defense back in 2018. Thanks to his athleticism and great physical tools, he's a terrific on-ball defender. He's also got active, quick hands, which allows him to pick up steals and deflections easily. His 2 steals per game is currently leading the entire NBA. So for the Knicks, Murray would give them a player that not only boosts their offense, but also boosts their defense, as the Knicks' perimeter D in particular is pretty weak. The one main knock on Murray is his poor outside shot. He's only shooting 32% from 3 on the season, and he's only a career 33% three-point shooter. While Murray does struggle from the outside, he is a decent pull-up shooter from mid-range. His lack of shooting from 3 is a concern, but even with that weakness, he's still a tremendous offensive weapon with his driving and playmaking. For the Knicks, he could address a lot of their team weaknesses, and at just 25 years old, he could also be a long-term solution at the point guard position. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for me. Should the Knicks make a trade for Dejounte Murray if he becomes available? Tell me in the comments. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and check out some of my other content. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.